The following segment is sponsored by Miracle Hill Ministries.
Well, Miracle Hill Ministries makes an impact in our community all year long, and the mission is even brighter over the holidays. We've got Ryan Dirk here, the President and CEO of Miracle Hill Ministries. Welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you for having us.
Your organization provides food and shelter and clothing and counseling and personal development, addiction recovery services. What kinds of efforts do you have underway in the months ahead?
Yeah, you know, where this is the most joyous time of the year, it's also some of the most challenging time of the year for our guests. We have 650 guests on any given night, and they may be separated from their family, not have real good community around them. So we make sure that we have lots of activities. We make sure we have counselors available. Just at Thanksgiving, we had traditional Thanksgiving meals at all of our facilities. So we try to make sure that they're surrounded by love this time of year more than any other time of the year.
Yeah, and the work is never done. The need is always there. And as Miracle Hill provides addiction recovery services, you've written a book about finding real peace in our own lives instead of a false reflection of it. Tell us about your book.
Yeah, so this is a autobiography, but it's really a love story to rescue missions and the work that happens in them every day. You know, I came into the rescue mission world 21 years ago as a guest, and was surrounded by these amazing men who loved me each and every day. So it's a story of my own addiction recovery journey and how I found peace in the chaos of life.
It's an incredible story. The book details your story from childhood into addiction through the doors of the rescue mission. What made you want to share this story? I mean, obviously it's just inspirational.
Yeah, so frankly, my story's been told a bunch of times because of my job, and I wanted to tell it in my own words, and I wanted to make sure that people had a good understanding, not just of my story, but what addiction is like for real. I mean, there's not a person that's watching this broadcast whose life hasn't been touched by addiction, whether it's a friend or a family member. So I wanted them to have an understanding and an education on how they could help somebody who, you know, might be struggling themselves.
And to learn some of that right here. This is a good read for anybody experiencing an addiction, first of all, wanting to find change and real peace. What are some of the takeaways? What is real peace as they're learning in the book?
Yeah, so, you know, kind of the point of it is we all search for peace in life. I think that's kind of what unites us together is we're all searching for it. And our lives are filled with these counterfeits. Now, for me, it was an addiction issue, but for others, it might be shopping during the holiday season. It might be social media or pornography or some other issue. And so at Miracle Hill, we know the true Prince of Peace. And so for us, it's about meeting Jesus and Him changing your life from the inside out.
And you also wrote this book, really a lot of different perspectives. You wrote it for people to understand the grips of addiction if they don't understand their addiction personally. Why addicts do what they do. What do we take away from that?
Yeah, I think that you see somebody who's struggling and your automatic reaction is to say, just stop doing that. And what I wanted people to come away with is for the person that's stuck, they don't see another path. There are lots of paths, but for them, that's all they can see is the one in front of them. And so it's about kind of breaking that chain that's holding them in place and helping them to find another path.
And when they can see another path, that's when the recovery process
That's
can
right.
begin. Finally, this book talks about the work that goes into rescue missions. You know, you get into that, the work that happens each day there. What else should we understand about that? Because it's 24/7 work.
Yeah, so it's not just about food and shelter with compassion, although that's part of it. At Miracle Hill, we want to point people towards healthy relationships and stability. We do that through an amazing staff who come alongside people each and every day, and they're helping them to figure out the world around them and to come up with a plan that they can move forward in life.
Yeah, and you talk about changing lives. Your life, you know, is a great example of that, but lives
Amen
are
to that.
changed all the time. What is somebody, what kind of support do you need from somebody watching that says, gosh, I love what they're doing and I want to help?
Yeah, so we need people's time, talents, and treasures. We, you know, if you're a person of faith, we'd love for you to pray for us. But this time of year especially, we need tens of thousands of volunteer hours, and we need financial commitments. We need food. We need all the things that you would normally give this time of year more than the rest.
Excellent. We'll put all your information out there. People know how to get a hold of you. Ryan, we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Learn more about Miracle Hill Ministries, learn how to support that mission, and learn more about the book, Counterfeit Peace. It's online at miraclehill.org, and you can find a link in the As Seen On section of accesscarolina.com.